How you doing, everyone? And welcome to this episode of the Isaac Hayes Show, talking about life, talking about liberty, and yes, talking about the pursuit of happiness and showing everyone in the world that us Cajuns here in Louisiana, some of us have intelligence. Some of us. I'm not trying to insult people in Louisiana. No, we're some very, very smart people. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just the food alone shows our intelligence. You might say, wait, what, Isaac? Hold on. How does food or y'all food show intelligence? Think about it. Okay, no other state in this union can think of a concept. Hey, let's throw stuff in a soup, and it becomes a legend all over the world. Gumbo, boudin. Now I know a lot of y'all might be saying, how you say boudin? That's like that, boudin, Cajun accent, boudin. And taking everything and putting it in a casing and making a sausage. Now, there's sausage all over the world, but it's nothing like a boudin. I'm just saying. And take that same concept and make a boudin ball. Either that we're intelligent to make food that nobody else thought of, or we're just unhealthy and we're just finding other ways to make stuff unhealthy. A lot of people might agree with me on that assessment. But anyway, so happy for you to join us here today. It is Wednesday. Almost did not get this episode out, but I'm getting it out. And please pray for me. I am extremely busy, and I'm trying to still fulfill all my obligations. So keep me in prayer that the Lord can show me how to juggle everything around. So a lot of news in the last couple of days, and I'm gonna start off with the story that we talked about Monday. Where the tariffs? And look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I told everybody this. Mexico and Canada had to only do two things. Well, one thing. They had to increase their border security. And these tariffs would not happen. Or these tariffs, these tariffs would magically disappear. All because Donald Trump wants to stop the flow of fentanyl in the South and stop the illegal immigration problem up in the North. Now, this is a funny thing. I did some TikTok videos on this. And the comments I'm getting, like one individual tells me, well, I live in Canada. I live on the Canada border. I don't see none of what you're talking about. And I didn't even have to reply. One of my gracious listeners on TikTok came out and said, well, you live on one part of the northern border and you expect the whole northern border to be like that, all the miles? See, this is the same thing, too. A lot of people that live in these liberal cities or along the border, they say, well, we don't have an issue with borders. We don't have an issue with illegal immigration. We don't have people crossing over every minute like the Fox News and the Isaac Hayes show's talking about. No, we don't have that problem. And you're looking at a small range of a big border. And Donald Trump wanted to fix the issue. Yeah, you might live on a small part and not see this, but it's happening. There's even some people that are saying, look, there's no problem at the southern border. And I'm thinking to myself, aren't you looking at the numbers? And these are the same people that tell us, look at the facts, look at the facts. Well, let's look at the facts. The number of border crossings jumped tremendously under Biden than Donald Trump. But they go ahead and use this argument. No, it's down the last year. Well, of course it went down the last year. Biden was trying to win an election. Kamala Harris was trying to win an election. And look, give it to the American people. They didn't go ahead and forget about it. They didn't go ahead and just say, well, that's politics. No, we voted in a man that's going to do his job. And what is his job? Protecting our country. That's the number one job of the president. You know that, right? It isn't just to pass laws and, look pretty up there. It is to protect America. That's why he's called the commander-in-chief. Now, don't get me wrong. There is checks and balances for him to declare war and all that good stuff. But he has to protect Americans. And that's all he wanted to do. He wanted Canada and Mexico just to increase their protection at the border. Send troops. Arrest people. Try to protect us. And guess what? We had the word that Canada and Mexico both agreed to deploy troops at their southern border. In exchange, Donald Trump paused. He didn't just stop it. He paused it for 30 days. This is great news. This look, my prediction was correct. Okay, all you people that listen on TikTok that came in, or from YouTube sharks that came in and found me through that and now are watching my show, I'm just gonna tell you, I was right. Go listen to the last podcast. Go listen to the second to last video I put out on TikTok on this. It worked. Tariffs work. Yes, they might increase, but they're not. All these people, the bread's gonna go up, the eggs are gonna go up. Oh, what's your excuse now? They worked. You know why they worked? Because America can't afford a 25% tariff from Mexico. They can afford a 25% tariff on Canada. Canada and Mexico, yes, their countries are somewhat great, I guess you could say, economically. Not Mexico, but Canada. They still can't afford because they rely too much on America. Also, it goes to a point, and I have the article somewhere. I don't know if I put it in my notes, but there was a steel worker that endorsed the tariffs and said, look, we need this. Again, tariffs, look, they do charge it, because the consumer is buying it and importing it. If they don't put it upon themselves, they will pass it on to the consumer. That is true. Found that out. But at the same time, apparently this is a bad thing to the left. Oh my goodness, they're gonna buy American-made products? Yeah. You don't have to import from America. And look, not Joe Rogan, Joe Peggs came out with a TikTok video the other day, and he explained tariffs, and I never heard it that way before, but he made a good point. There are several companies right now that are located in Canada and Mexico have decided to do more business in the United States so they don't have to import stuff no more, and they don't have to bear that cost. See, that's what Canada and Mexico is afraid of. And they thinking, well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a 25% tariff on America. First of all, why they did it. If they don't work, why these countries are all against us doing it. But when they do it, it's all right. You didn't hear the mainstream media say nothing bad about Mexico and Canada. Trump started a trade war. They brought it all back to Trump. Why? Because they want to blame Trump. They're trying to make Trump look bad, but they can't make Donald Trump look bad. They caved. All the companies that he put, all these countries that he put tariffs on, they caved on him. They said, look, Mr. Trump, we're going to do what you said. Just please stop the tariffs. Why? Because tariffs work for America. It also goes to another point, too. Again, what I'm talking about, Mexico agrees to deploy 10,000 troops to the U.S. border in exchange for tariff pulse. It worked. Tariffs work. Trump agrees to pause tariffs on Canada in exchange for more border enforcement. That's both from Fox News. And this is the whole thing, too. I want to bring out this point. And chat, please chime in. I would love to hear your thoughts. A lot of liberals are saying, oh, see, Donald Trump failed. Donald Trump caved to Mexico and Canada. What? What kind of Delulu juice you drinking? No, because these plans were always in place. Okay, then it goes on to another point, all right? If these plans were already in place, why Canada and Mexico wasn't doing it to begin with? See, a lot of people saying that Donald Trump failed. These plans were already in place. No, well, okay, if they're already in place, if we were doing our part, why wasn't Canada and Mexico doing their part? Why wasn't Canada and Mexico protecting the border for us not to give them tariffs? Because we had a president before that would not enforce laws. See, that's another thing, too. You remember the first Trump administration, Donald Trump did not really create new laws for the border. He just enforced laws that were already on the books. That's the big key right there. They already had laws on the books, and Donald Trump enforced them in his first term. And people, Donald Trump trying to be a dictator. No, he's trying to enforce laws that were already there. So there's this nonsense that Trump failed. Trump didn't do good with this tariff. Trump, no. You whine, you cry, baby, shut up. Because Donald Trump did not fail. Donald Trump succeeded. Every news article I see is that Donald Trump that Donald Trump did right and Mexico and Canada caved. So you're telling me that Trump failed? Is kind of stupid. Trump did not fail in this situation. Trump won. Trump won with Colombia. He won with Mexico, and he won with Canada. We're getting word that China is scrambling right now because just the 10% tariffs they put on. Oh, now they want to go ahead and take away our raw materials. And apparently Donald Trump got a plan for that too. As you know, Donald Trump did implement a 10% ban, 10% tariff on Canada. Not Canada, China. And China said, we're gonna go ahead and take away your raw materials. See, we got y'all now. But I think Trump already got a plan for that too. See, Trump ain't your normal president. Donald Trump don't wait. He don't do something and wait to respond and don't have a plan. Oh, but this is our one plan. That's it. Donald Trump's playing chess while a lot of people playing checkers. Okay, I play chess. I'm not the greatest chess player, but I play chess. And I've learned playing chess, you cannot just focus on one move. You have to focus on several moves to get your opponent where you want him to be. All right, if I move here and he moves there, what's my next move after that? Oh, wait, let me look at all his pieces. That's what Donald Trump's doing. He didn't say, China, you get a 10% tariff. Now it's going to show him, oh, snap, they took away our raw materials. What am I going to do? I'm sorry, China, I'm not going to do it. No, Donald Trump said this. Trump, rare price for U.S. military aid to Ukraine, call fair by Zelenskyy. President Donald Trump suggested Ukraine begin offering critical materials to the United States in exchange for military aid. And President Vladimir Zelenskyy simultaneously, like same time, welcomed the idea. Wait a minute, we could have got this from Ukraine, but we had a president that, look, Zelenskyy didn't bring this up. Why shouldn't he? Biden was giving him thousands and billions of dollars. We're putting in hundreds of billions of dollars. They have a great rare earth, and I want security of the rare earth, and they're willing to do that. Trump told reporters at the White House on Monday in a sign that he may be open to continuing aid to a war-ravaged country. Zelenskyy told reporters Tuesday that Ukraine was open to an investment from partners who help us defend our land and push enemies back with their weapons, their presence, and sanction packages. And this is absolutely fair. He had, so China that was pushing. Oh, your 10% tariff. We're gonna stop y'all. We're gonna oppose our thumb on y'all. Oh, snap. I wonder what China's gonna do next. So China just didn't lose money on tariffs. They also gonna lose money on this raw earth material. And look, I didn't think I would mention Zelenskyy and the Ukraine for a while. I thought this is done. Donald Trump said, look, we already gave y'all billions of dollars. Give us some of y'all on earth. And when that's caught up, we'll give you more military aid. That's the art of the deal. You know why? Because Donald Trump's a businessman. And Chad, you know what I'm talking about. Donald Trump is a businessman. He looks at everything with numbers. While politicians, what they look at is, hey, how can I stay in office for the next 4 years or 2 years or 6 years? How can I go ahead and make my chances of reelection better? That's what a politician does. Look, I'm sorry, look, and I know politicians. I know people that are political. But they're looking for that next office. And I wonder, are they really caring for the American people? Are they doing the right thing based on numbers? Okay, how many Democrats out there that lives in blue deep cities that believe abortion's wrong, but they still vote for abortion because if they don't, they're going to lose their position in their respective position in government? And how many Republicans are like that? How many Republicans are really Democrats? They don't agree with nothing with the Republicans, but because they are living, because they want that power, they do what they need to do to stay in government. I'm just making some points here. I'm just making some points. And Zelenskyy said, look, that's fair. They helped us. We're going to help them. These tariffs are working. Look, it's benefiting Donald Trump. Again, people say Donald Trump failed. No, Donald Trump did not fail. This is exactly what Donald Trump wanted, more border security. And look, this protects America. It's even getting to a point right now that the Mexican cartels have targeted Border Patrol agents from Fox News. It's this article reads, Mexican cartel targeting Border Patrol agents. Doggone it. Technology, you got to love it. Everybody's so worried about money. I was in the middle of reading an ad. Come on. Nope. Anyway. Why isn't this working? Okay, let's try it again. All right, let's try it. Mexican cartels targeting Border Patrol agents with kamikaze drones, the explosives aimed Trump crackdown. This is the report. Mexican drug cartels are ordering their members to target U.S. Border Patrol agents with these drones and other explosives aim at the crackdown at the southern border by Trump. An internal memo titled Office Safety Alert cited social media posts and other sources for the warning to federal agents. The New York Post reported agents were reminded to be conscious of their surroundings and should be wearing their ballistic armor and utilizing their long firearms. On February 1st, 2025, the El Paso Sanctioned Intelligence and Operations Center received information advising that Mexican cartel leaders have authorized the deployment of drones equipped with explosives to be used against U.S. Border Patrol agents and U.S. military personnel currently working along the border with Mexico, the memo obtained by the newspaper states. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump's doing something right, because when I first read this article, you didn't hear them going after Border Patrol agents under President Joe Biden. And look, again, this is all because of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is protecting us. Donald Trump is doing his job as president. He is trying to protect us. And look, the border has always been a big issue for Donald Trump. But this is why he wanted Canada and Mexico to do what they're doing. This is why the tariffs work. They're doing that. The Mexican president is deploying 10,000 soldiers to the Mexican border to help us in our fight against fentanyl and to protect our borders. Now, why? If this was a bad thing, I mean, if this was a good thing for the cartels, do you really think that we're trying to take out Border Patrol agents? No, because Donald Trump's taking away their livelihood. And for them to say, oh, we want to go ahead and take out Border Patrol agents, that means they're fighting a war. This is not a war against a country. This is a war against drugs. And look, these cartels, they don't care about human life. If they did, they wouldn't sell the junk. But they're going after these drones. They're going after these Border Patrol agents. Why? Because tariffs work. And they're losing grip. Because see, the Mexican government, which we have some indication that the cartels influence the Mexican government. The Mexican government has to make a decision on, hey, do we go along with the United States or we go with these cartels? Because, okay, think about this. If the Mexican government would have said, no, we're not going to work, we're imposing 25% tariffs, and we're doing this, and we're doing that, it would look like they're siding with the cartels. And the cartels are not on the right side of history. They're going after me. Again, like I said, you never heard of them going after Joe Biden's Border Patrol. The Border Patrol was the friend of the cartel. Why? Because they go in there and asylum. Whoever the nation was, and guess what? We would have to take them in. But now we have to remain in Mexico policy once again. And that's cutting into the cartel's money, because the people would pay the cartels thousands of dollars to bring them across the border for a better life. Now people are going to be discouraged of going because, hey, they can't get across. That means money coming out of the pocket of Donald Trump. And look, I don't have no story on this, but I also want to address the protests that have been going on in the country. Coffee Guy 76 off of TikTok is doing a real good job exposing this. He's also a good friend of the show. Of these Mexican protesters going out in the street and waving Mexican flags and burning American flags. Think about this. They're in a country where they have the right to protest, are burning the American flag and waving the Mexican flag. I got a challenge for all these protesters out there. Go to Mexico and do that. Take a Mexican flag and burn it. Go put it on social media. 9 out of 10, you have the Mexican government knocking on your door and grabbing you and putting you in jail for disgracing their flag. And look, I'm against burning of the flag. I'm against disrespecting the flag altogether. But you live in a country where you're allowed to do that, because that is a sign of that's a symbol of protesting. It's disgraceful. Now, I don't know if all these people are legal or illegal. I don't know. But these videos, look, grabbing a man with a flag and pulling him and bringing him to the ground and throwing the American flag. You live in a country that has given you the opportunity, legal or illegal, okay? Yeah, but the deportations are bad. That's why the cartels are doing this. No, the cartels are doing this because it's cutting into their profit. You have these protesters going on in this country of Mexican immigrants protesting our laws. And look, with the tariffs and everything, we had Canada, we had the NHL team. That wasn't the NHL team, it was the Canadian citizen booing the national anthem because they were playing that. Well, look, if I was on an American team, I said, look, if y'all can't respect our country and our laws, we're not going to play your team. Or the NHL needs to do something. Just making points right here. And look, there's other form of protesters going on right now. Like leftist Governor Murphy, the left-leaning governor of New Jersey. Look, I pray for Two Mics Live. I pray for Two Mics Live because they live in New Jersey and they're under this nut. I don't understand left-leaning people that want to defy the law, but we know that the left defines the law. Before I continue, I do want to make a point right here because I'm seeing it on my screen. I forgot to address it at the beginning. Go check out the new home of the Isaac Hayes Show, PrimetimeMediaLA.com. At PrimetimeMediaLA.com, we've teamed up with Primetime Media. They're distributing the show and helping us advertise, and we're gonna be having some new pictures up, new logos, and all that stuff coming up soon. What's supposed to do on this show, unfortunately, again, extremely busy. Couldn't get to prepping it like I wanted to, so I'm gonna wait to do it next time, and we're gonna go ahead and work on that. But PrimetimeMediaLA.com, just nice podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We got news articles, we have local, state and federal, national. We have we're looking to add podcasting and advertisers. So if you're an advertiser, go ahead and check it out. But PrimetimeMediaLA.com, go ahead and check out the new home of the Isaac Hayes Show at Primetime Media Podcasting Network at PrimetimeMediaLA.com. All right, guys, again, talking about Phil Murphy. These, Democrats, it just amazes me. Democrats think it to define the law. I'm just being honest. We're talking about legal immigration. It's just funny how the show lined up this way, but the lot going on with illegal immigration. But Governor Murphy, Phil Murphy, boasted that him and his wife were housing an immigrant, and then taunted Trump administration by challenging them to try to get her. Speaking at a public event with Blue Wave, New Jersey, Murphy bragged that New Jersey was the lead state in challenging birthright citizenship. Later, he said, defiantly, there's someone in our broader universe, whose immigration status is not yet at the point that they are trying to get to it. And we said, you know what? Let's have you live at our house above our garage, and good luck to the feds coming to try to get her. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a governor breaking federal law. talking about protesters and talking about it. Look, Phil Murphy, you live in the greatest country in the world. You are also a public servant. When your people start breaking laws, don't tell them to stop because you're breaking one. Phil Murphy, in my humble opinion, should get a letter from the DOJ. And their new leader has just been confirmed. We're going to talk about Pam Bondi. I forgot her name. Bondi. That's it. Phil Bondi. Pam Bondi is going to be the AG. And we're going to talk about her later on if time don't escape us. But this man is breaking federal law, and Bondi needs to go ahead and say, "Look, hey, we're investigating you." Because if this is true, he has an illegal immigrant in his house. That brings up two issues. One, it breaks federal law. But two, it puts the governor at risk. Again, this is a servant. And look, if it's like the governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry, he has security all around him. So you're telling me you're going to allow an illegal immigrant? Yeah, it's a woman. Well, okay, but it don't matter. That poses a threat to the highest office in the state. But he don't care. Hey, Trump, come try to get her. In federal laws, the federal government surpasses the state government. Just making that point right there. But look, I've been saying this for years. And Chad, you might agree with me. The Democrat Party has been the lawless party. They don't care about law. If it fits them, the same thing with the Constitution. If the Constitution fits them, they will fight tooth and nail. But if the Constitution says something they don't like, hey, we're just not gonna agree with it. They are the lawless party. And look, this stuff like this. Okay, Mexican immigrants burning flags in the United States, governors defying law. That's something we need to address. That's something we need to address here in the nation. And look, this is the whole thing. Look, going back to the protesters with the flags and stuff, they have a privilege to be here. They have a privilege to be here. And guess what? They're just throwing it away. They're showing their true colors. They're not here because they want to have a better life. Well, let's say that. They're here to have the better life. Yes, I will say that because that's our argument. But they don't respect our laws. They're not here to become citizens and to love this country. Okay? Because they're just coming over here to get what they can get. They ain't coming over here. They're not coming over here because they want to be part of America. They want the fruits of his labor. And that's wrong. All right, let's move on away from immigration into foreign aid. Donald Trump had went ahead and signed some legislation, some executive orders imposing maximum pressure on Tehran, the Iranian president, and someone while signing this executive order, which this is good. Okay, he did this in his first term, and it benefited us because he put so much pressure on Iran that Iran was starting to crumble. They were starting to be broke. And then you had President Joe Biden come and let's get rid of all of that. Heck on America first. I want to just stop whatever Trump was doing. And this was a good policy that should have stayed in place into the Biden administration, but it didn't because you had an old guy that liked to eat all the ice cream in the world, and he didn't care. That's what I think. He just wanted to stop Trump. It didn't matter what Trump did. Everything Trump did was bad, except the tariffs that benefit Joe Biden. But anyway, but someone did ask a question to President Trump. Look, what if you're doing this? Iran would come and try to assassinate you. Now, we already had word. Remember, while he was running that, the Iranian government was trying to take out Donald Trump. If you remember that, there was also several attempts. There were 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump. One was in Butler, Pennsylvania, and I think in July. And another one was at his golf course in Florida. It was people were trying to take out this man. Now, them doing this does hurt Iran. Now, if you notice, Donald Trump is doing this all to our enemies, not our friends. Our friends are welcome into the White House. President Joe Biden, not President Joe Biden, President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu from Israel were in the White House yesterday, and they talked about Gaza, and they talked about even Donald Trump suggesting that, hey, we're going to own it, and we're going to rebuild it, and we're going to stop terror, and we're going to make peace in the Middle East. How doable is that? We would have to look into it. That happened last night. I was busy last night. I couldn't get to read it, but if America does obtain it, that benefits Israel. And President Benjamin Netanyahu say, hey, if this benefits Israel, we're going to do it. We're going to endorse it. Now, I don't think Donald Trump and the USA will take over Gaza. I don't think the Palestinians would allow that. To be honest with you, if Donald Trump would try that, I think that would bring out an all-out war with the Muslim nations and with Israel and America. Now, he said he knows how to do it. We'll see. The art of the deal, we'll see. But our friends are welcome. Our enemies, no, you're going to get crushed. You don't believe in freedom of America. You don't believe in what we stand for. Guess what? You're going to get crushed. That's how it is. And Iran is not our friend. But again, they asked him the question, hey, you're doing this is going to hurt Iran. What if Iran puts a hit on you? And Donald Trump made some statements. This is his quote. He said, that would be a terrible thing for them to do, Trump said. If they do that, they would be obliterated. Listen here, obliterated. That would be the end. There won't be anything left. Now, what does Donald Trump mean by that? He elaborates a little bit more. The president said former President Joe Biden should have said that, but did not due to the lack of intelligence. The Justice Department confirmed in November. Yeah, so there was this threat in November. I'm trying to see where he made the point. I thought he said more on it. He made a comment saying that he left instructions with his team that if anything would happen, to go ahead and just take them out. That's basically what Donald Trump said. Donald Trump said, look, if they try and they're successful, hopefully they wouldn't be. He said, but if the attempt would happen, I've instructed my team, hey, to obliterate them. We've done steps to where, hey, y'all take them out. That should scare the you-know-what out of the Iranians. It should. Because we have a president that is standing up now. We have a president that is America first. And if they think, hey, we're going to take him out, it's going to change it, no. This is one reason why I believe he selected J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance, yes, was not a Trumper at the beginning. But you listen to J.D. Vance, he's falling in line with Donald Trump. He's doing his agenda. And look, as much as I like Mike Pence, and he went a long line with Donald Trump on a lot. It wasn't just January 6th he disagreed with Donald Trump on. I believe they had a lot of things that Mike Pence disagreed with Donald Trump. And he just Donald Trump picked him because he was trying to mend the fences. This time he's not trying to mend the fences. He knows he only got 4 years to get everything done, and hopefully J.D. Vance can come and continue his agenda. But Donald Trump said, look, try. And if y'all successful, y'all going to have hell to pay, basically. Now, what does he mean that Iran will be obliterated? Iran's a big country, but I don't know. I tell you, though, it would not be a good day for them if they would continue that. Now, would they continue to try to, because, again, in November, the DOJ confirmed, hey, there's some people that are going after Trump. And they want to take him out. And now Iran did deny all of it, by the way. I'm just saying. But Donald Trump taking in charge. All right. A couple of key confirmations this week. One, RFK Jr. advances out of Senate committee, and he will get a full floor vote. That's going to either happen tomorrow or next week sometime. Also, Tulsi Gabbard, after picking up a big endorsement was improved by the Intelligence Committee and moves forward for a Senate vote. We didn't hear nothing about Cash Patel yet. I'm assuming that he's going to get confirmed sometime this week. And I think Tulsi Gabbard and Cash Patel on a 4 vote becomes the head of their respective position that Trump has applied him to. I'm still not sure about RFK. I gave you a lot of reasons why I wish RFK would not be confirmed. And I'm saying this to the left-leaning people that are listening to this show, because some of them do. It's not because I think he's an anti-vaxxer. Okay, look, I agree with some of his stance on vaccines. At the same time, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I think kids should get their vaccines. Look, I'm conservative, and our kids got vaccine when they were born. The COVID vaccination shot, though, we did not take. That was a decision that we made. We thought about it. We prayed about it. And look, I'm just not saying this because Biden was pushing. I wasn't taking it with Trump. A lot of people are like, well, what? Because there was a lot of conservatives that did that. Let's take the vaccine because Trump said. Biden comes in, don't take the vaccine because Biden said. So, like I said, just something that new and something that not tested, I didn't trust it and I didn't take it. But I never encouraged, I never came behind this microphone and tell people you shouldn't take it. That is a conscious decision that you had to make. You had to make that, not nobody else. You had a choice there. Like I said, when Donald Trump announced it, I said, I'm not taking it. That was my personal decision. Now, there's a lot of people that did take it. Well, look, I believe certain things for vaccination. Hey, look, if you want to learn more about it, Vaccine Fiction. Dr. Michael Schwartz, go check out his new book. He also wrote Fauci's Fiction. You got to read Fauci's Fiction before you read Vaccine Fiction. He's also writing another book right now. And I know a world-renowned author. I'm just saying, Dr. Mike. Free advertisement, my friend. If you want to send me a donut, that'll be fine. No. But it's not because of that. I don't like RFK's confirmation right now because of his stance on abortion. Now, look, him wanting to make America healthier again, I'm not against that. Him wanting to do certain things with our food to make them healthier again, yeah, I agree with all that. But healthcare is abortion. Unfortunately, as much as we hate it, healthcare is abortion, and we have to bring it up as Republicans. We have to bring up this issue because he's going to be in charge of the health departments. Now, like I said, I don't know what Bill Cassidy and other Republicans' deal with him was, but the only way I see RFK getting confirmed is if he made a stance on abortion. Now, that's another thing, too. Are Republicans even bringing it up? It was broke by primetime media founder and the host of Kelby and Joe's show, Kelby Dago, that the Republican Party of Louisiana, the chairman of the Republican Party of Louisiana, sent a letter to Bill Cassidy and John Kennedy and told him, hey, you better vote for RFK, but not bringing up none of the issues. Now, I know Bill Cassidy because there is an article by Politico I thought was interesting, and it's titled, Bill Cassidy's decision RFK could jeopardize his Senate career. Bill Cassidy had a choice, but Bill Cassidy wasn't worried about abortion. He was worried about the vaccination stance. You're a Republican, man. Look, RFK, as much as I agree with him, is still a liberal. He has not changed. He turned independent because the Democrat Party wouldn't accept him as the nomination. And if he was in the nomination and he had full backing of the Democrat Party, I think we would have election night would have been a lot closer for us. We would have been biting at the heels to see who would have been president of the United States. I think it would have been a lot closer race. In my humble opinion. This is why RFK's endorsement was so important. You remember, it wasn't just Donald Trump seeking that endorsement. It was also the Democrat Party. Just making that point right there. This vote, this confirmation, this person played a big role in the 2024 election. But I'm just being honest with you guys. And look, I hope you don't mind in the chat me being honest. I think y'all want me to be honest. The issue of abortion is not on the table on these confirmations, and they should be. See, if I was a Republican senator, I was on this respected committee, I would have asked that question. I also would have made it public. Hey, I want to talk to RFK about abortion. And if I was in that meeting and RFK says, well, I'm not going to do anything with abortion, or I'm not going to, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that, I would have said no. The only way I would vote for him if he said, look, if the president pushes for an abortion bill, and I'm going to do what the president says, that I would make the point. Hey, understand, look, these health departments have to follow laws from Congress. Maybe them deals have been struck. I don't have no sources in the senators' offices. But and look, it probably wouldn't take much to call our senators and ask them the question, hey, did you ask them about abortion? But I look, let's just hope. Look, I predicted he wouldn't get confirmed. That might be one prediction that I'm wrong on. But I think Bobby Kennedy Jr. should not be confirmed unless there's a deal on abortion. We need to stop the killing of unborn life. It's just that simple. Now, going to the next point I do want to bring out is Bill Cassidy's decision on RFK. He voted for RFK in this committee hearing. He was the head of the committee, and he was going to be the tiebreaker vote. The vote went 14-13. It was party lines. And a lot of people assume that Bill Cassidy wouldn't vote for him. Now, Bill Cassidy did put out a tweet on it. Let me go ahead and find that tweet. He put out a tweet, and I want to read his X post. And let's find it. Yeah. So Senator Bill Cassidy said this: I have had very intense conversations with Bobby and the White House over the weekend and even this morning. I want to thank J.D. Vance. Let me go ahead and go to the main website. Yeah, he said, I want to thank J.D. Vance specifically for his hosting, his honest counsel with the serious commitment I have received from the administration and the opportunity to make progress on the issue we agree on, and like healthy food and pro-America, I will vote yes. So the White House played a big role in this decision for RFK and getting Senator Bill Cassidy to vote him out of committee. Now, again, why did Bill Cassidy do this? Well, I think he's worried about his political future. So in Louisiana, we had something called an open primary. We still have it in somewhat for local elections and state elections, like state senators and Congress people and all that stuff. So what an open primary is, open primary is that the person running for the office would go ahead and just run against all Republicans, all Democrats at one time. If a candidate didn't get over 50% of the vote, the two top tier candidates had to go into a runoff. That is how our system of government works here in Louisiana, on one exception, federal level. So when this came about, Jeff Landry pushed for primaries, which I agree with. I think we should have primaries here in Louisiana. And this is the only reason Bill Cassidy would have won if we had an open primary, but we needed a closed primary. I still disagree with his vote on Trump and the impeachment process. Again, and a lot of people, I get attacked a lot because I'm told, oh, you didn't like how he impeached Trump. No, I disagreed how he said, hey, I don't think it's constitutional, we should be doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. See, a lot of people just look, oh, you went against Trump. I'm not even looking at him going against Trump. The Senate had a vote that they asked the senators, do you think this is constitutional, what we're doing? And Bill Cassidy voted, no, I don't think this is constitutional. When they voted to impeach Donald Trump, he said, yes, let's impeach him. And when asked to clarify, he said, no, I don't think it was constitutional, but I felt that we should not have President Donald Trump in there. Then you went against the Constitution. And that spoke volumes for Bill Cassidy. Again, I don't think Bill Cassidy, If he thought Trump should be impeached, he voted his conscience. I didn't agree with it. But the thing of it is, as a senator, you abide by the Constitution, not by your feelings. So you might not think Donald Trump was worthy of the office again. That don't matter. You go with the Constitution. You don't go with your gut. That's why I disagree with Bill Cassidy. Now, this goes to a point, though, too, with this, going back to his political future. So going back to the open primary system, that has changed for the federal level. In the deal that Jeff Landry and our legislation came up with was that, hey, all federal seats, president, which president already had a primary, president, Congress people, and senators would go ahead and be primary. So Bill Cassidy's facing a primary. And look, we already know our good friend John Fleming, who has been on the show already, and also Blake Miguez has shown some interest in this seat. John Fleming has Blake Miguez has shown interest. And if both those people, and look, Blake Miguez has not put his name in the race yet, but on his social media, he has been hammering Bill Cassidy. And this is why I think Bill Cassidy voted for Robert Kennedy. Why? The reason being, if he would have said no in this vote, John Fleming and and anyone else that is thinking about running for senator here in the state of Louisiana had so much ammo. He says he's for Donald Trump. But he's not. And look, Bill Cassidy has sung a different tune since Donald Trump has been elected. I'm being honest with you. It says he's been a nominee. Still gonna have to wait and see. But I think he's trying to save his Senate career. Now, he said this will be the last time he runs. I'm not 100% sure. Bill Cassidy has a lot of money in the bank. Do I want him to win? No. I don't want Bill Cassidy to win. I think Bill Cassidy is a rhino. There's a lot of things I disagree with Bill Cassidy. Now, I will say this. With this situation, yeah, I think he was right on. But again, he's not I think he focused on the wrong issue. In my humble opinion, he focused on the wrong issue. All right. Again, we're going to talk about another great Senate confirmation that happened this weekend. This happened just a few hours ago of recording this episode. The Senate voted late Tuesday to confirm Pam Bondi, President Donald Trump's nominee for Attorney General, voting 54-46 to install the longtime prosecutor and former Florida Attorney General to hold the U.S. Department of Justice. Senator John Flemings backed his party to make the votes bucked his party to make the vote bipartisan. He was the only Democrat to join the Republicans in supporting the nominee. Bondi's confirmation comes as both Justice Department and the FBI have been under scrutiny by Democrats in Congress who have raised concern over Trump's recent decision to pardon and commute the sins of 1,600 defendants in the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot and to oust more than 15 inspector generals and special counsel investigators. To date, there are no known plans to conduct sweeping removals or take permanent actions against the agents involved in the January 6th investigation, but U.S. the Deputy Attorney General Emma Bove spoke fresh concerns last week after he directed the FBI director to identify all current and former Bureau employees assigned to the January 6 cases for eternal review. So Pam Bondi is coming in. She is coming in at a right time because I didn't think I would have time to talk about them. This is why I didn't bring it up. But it's fitting into our conversation right now. We have, let me go, where's it at? The FBI is suing America. I think, let me see, because like some FBI agents or the FBI was suing the Department of Justice because they want to make sure these agents, I don't have the article, I thought I had the article, these agents would be protected. And, look, I don't know what's going on with the January 6th stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. I think they should investigate it. These agents, did they have a motive? Were they told to do certain things? What was their agenda? And we already know what the agenda was concerning January 6th for President Trump. They were trying to put President Trump in jail. Now, look, okay, before you go into the arguments with Donald Trump incited an insurrection and all that, Donald Trump did not incite an insurrection. Jack Smith himself, who I think was terrible at what he was doing, made that point clear. He said, look, there's no indication that Donald Trump incited an insurrection. They didn't even bring up a case. If they could have brought up a case, they would have. But they didn't. What they were trying to do, like I said, they were trying to frame it that way so they could put Donald Trump in jail or label him as an insurrectionist so he wouldn't be able to run for president. A lot of these January 6ers, see, and look, I understand the Proud Boys, understand the other groups that were there that did go into the Capitol with the intention of trying to break stuff. I don't think Donald Trump should have commuted their sins. Now, at the same time, I think Donald Trump should have lightened their sins if that was possible. Because a lot of that was misdemeanors and shouldn't have put no jail time. But there were some people that did not do anything wrong. Yes, they went into the Capitol. They trespassed. Even a trespassing complaint or a charge here is only a fine, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think, in my humble opinion, that a lot of them shouldn't have went to jail. All of them shouldn't have went to jail. But the left was using these people as political prisoners. I agree with Donald Trump on that. Now, on that note, though, Pam Bondi needs to clean up this department. The Department of Justice is in a wreck. This was the department that led the charge to get Donald Trump in jail. And that was politically motivated. And Biden can say whatever he wants. I didn't instruct. What I'm saying? Oh yeah, I did not instruct the Department of Justice to go after Donald Trump. Where's my ice cream? Oh, whatever he says. I don't know. And look, apparently he's a good actor. They asked Donald Trump this. Apparently Biden signed with a Hollywood agency, and Donald Trump was like, "You serious?" And he laughed. He said, "I think he got more problems than that, but I wish him well." But yeah, it signed with an agency, a movie agency. For what? Who is Joe Biden going to be an actor now? I'm just making that point. Is he going to go make movies? But apparently he's a good actor because, he thinks he did good the last 4 years. And he, like I said, I don't know if he instructed. I'm not going to say, he said he didn't, but the Department of Justice was politically motivated to go after Donald Trump, and it benefited him. Just saying. But yeah, I think Pam Bondi is going to do a good job. And look, she has the experience. I think she should have been the first pick, to be honest with you. Because remember, they went Donald Trump asked Matt Gaetz to do it. And look, by far, Matt Gaetz wouldn't have got confirmed. There was way too much baggage in this. But at the same time, yeah, he was a congressman, but she was a prosecutor. She was an attorney general. So her being a federal, being the United States Attorney General, is just a promotion for her. And I think she's gonna do a good job. I think she's gonna do a good job. Let's hope that she she cleans up house. And look, Cash Patel's coming in. Look, the FBI is they're having a lot of issues right now. The CIA, I saw that earlier. The CIA went ahead and offered the payouts that Donald Trump offered. They're the first agency. Oh, look, I found the article. FBI agents sued Trump DOJ to block any public identification of employees who worked on January 6th investigation. I'm not against that. I think they should keep that private. Right. These were federal agents. If they got orders, they were trying to do their job. So, but like, funny how they look. I'm scrolling. I found it. But anyway, found the article. Let's see where that's at. I know I had it. I saved it. The CIA went ahead and anyway, the CIA offered to pay out. So they look, the federal government. Donald Trump said it the best way the other day. He was inherit a mess. He said, though, this place is a mess, but we're doing everything possible to get it cleaned up. And look, I agree with Ben Shapiro on this. I've been listening to his podcast, and Ben Shapiro said it the best way. He said, look, out of all the presidents, I've never seen one act this quick. Now, granted, I was only born in 1992. So, unfortunately, I was in the Clinton years. But no, I think that, hey, it's Donald Trump is moving quick. I never seen a president move this quick before. Again, it's almost all done with executive orders, and that I have an issue with. We need to get these laws passed through Congress so we can go ahead and certify them, codify them, whatever that is. Codify them and make sure that they are set up. I got a few more minutes, and I saw this the other day. This is adding on to DEI, and after this, I'm going to wrap it up and go home. Former Obama campaign advisor says with DEI purges, Trump might as well just put on a white hood. This campaign advisor blasts the Trump administration's effort to combat diversity, equality, and inclusion policies in the federal government, likening the president to the Ku Klux Klan members. He doesn't believe in fairness, and at this point, he might as well just put on a white hood because every black person in this country in particular knows what message this is signaling and knows exactly what he's doing when he talks, the way he talks, and when he employs those types of regulations. Amber's Cross said Saturday on MSNBC. This is the issue I have with her statement. He doesn't believe in fairness at this point. You don't either, if you believe in DEI. Okay, listen to what it said. The diversity, equality, and inclusion. That's a fancy word for them, the DEI policies. But you're saying, okay, there's a white individual that, let me be Caucasian, white, whatever. If there's a white individual that is qualified to do the job, but you have too many white people there, so you have to pick a person of minority that is not as qualified. You got to pick them because there's too many of the white people. In my opinion, that's racism, because you're picking somebody based on the color of their skin, not based on what they know. So this lady saying, hey, Donald Trump should put on a white hood is bizarre, because she's pushing racism with this equality, equity, and inclusion policy, the DEI policies. That's how look, the last administration, that's how it was picked. Hey, we want the first black Supreme Court justice that's a woman. That was the whole criteria of their search. Not based on their law degrees, not based on their experience. We want the best woman that's black and should be the first. I'm talking about Katina Jackson. Why pick somebody like that? Look, she could have been qualified. I'm not going to deny that. But that was the only criteria. Look at the whole thing with the planes issue. Look, there's a lot of people that were chosen for this job not based on experience. You had people with experience that applied. They had a whole different application if they were white. So this right here is me. I think it's the pie calling the kettle black, in my humble opinion. And look, it's going back to the same thing, race. They're trying to use the race card. Well, Trump's a KKK member because he's taking away DEI. No, he's trying to bring in the people that are best fit for the job, that are qualified for the job. Not based if we have, how many white people we have? Oh, we have 20 white people. Whoa, we don't need 20 white people. We need 15, and we need 15 minorities. So let's pick based on the color of their skin. In my humble opinion, that's a sign of racism. So for her making this statement, she's stupid. I hate any other nicer way I could put it. I can't. So with that being said, that's going to wrap up this episode of the Isaac Hayes Show. As always, thank you for watching and being part of the show. Again, go check out primetimemediala.com, primetimemediala.com, and sign up. We need you to sign up on the website. You get updates and all that good stuff. We will be continuing. If you want to stay tuned for our raid onto Handy News. Handy News will be on right after us. Again, hope you have a great Wednesday. Pray for me because I have to teach you tonight. I'm studying the book of Revelations, and I'm going to get my notes together later on tonight. So go ahead and pray for me that the Lord leads me and guides me to lead them young people in the right direction. So until next time, you be blessed, you be encouraged. We will see you next time here on the Isaac Hayes Show. Be blessed and be encouraged. Y'all have a good one.